Okay, so it's Scott and Estelle Maslen at home, and we're cooking shepherd's pie, meat-free shepherd's pie.
Yep, because we're vegetarians. Well, Estelle isn't, but the rest of the family is.
I was vegetarian when I was 8, but I do eat a little bit of meat. But
should we turn that music on? Is the music all right in the background, or should we have that on? Music's good. Yeah, it is good music. It's probably much better now.
But in our family, we're catering for 2 vegetarians, and I'm a celiac, so gluten-free. So when we cook, we have quite a few things that we have to consider.
Yeah, we have to consider you, darling, don't we?
We're doing a mash with sweet potatoes and normal potatoes. We're basically using whatever we found in the fridge.
We're prepping everything at the moment, is what we're doing.
Yeah, that's a hell of a lot of garlic.
So that's nice and tasty. When you're using lentils and potatoes and things, very starchy food, you need to have good flavour, don't you?
Actually, on the subject of lentils, okay, we've got 2 options, and 2 options that you can choose, I guess, as well.
That's a quick one.
Yeah, quick one. Cheap lentils in a pack, pre-cooked.
They're not cheap. They're not cheap. They're just pre-cooked.
Cheap, yeah.
Oh, cheat.
Cheap.
Sorry,
not.
no. Don't say they're cheap lentils.
No, they're not. They're actually more expensive, and then you buy the big pack. But obviously, you boil these for half an hour, so I think for today we'll go for these ones.
Cheers.
So we've got kind of all our ingredients. So basically,
what we're doing is we're prepping everything, so we're going to get everything ready in order, which is the best way when you're cooking anything, is to everything. Get everything to hand, have it all ready, have it pre-chopped, get all your pans and everything out, have everything heated, ready to go, so that when you start, it's like a science cooking. You can have some person get the same ingredients and make it taste disgusting, and it's purely because they've not been getting everything in order. So it is very much about preparation, then you're cooking, and then you're eating.
Shall we get the potatoes in? Do you want to cut?
We need a boil of potatoes.
Yeah, I've got the water. So potatoes you always boil from cold. My grandmother taught me that.
And if you want them to cook quicker, don't. You know, that's big, so that's obviously going to take a lot longer to cook. So chop them up into quarters like that, even quarters, so they all cook evenly.
And the sweet potatoes always go in a little bit later. I normally put them in at about 23 minutes.
Why is that, Estelle? Why is that? It's a question.
It is.
And why do they go in later?
There's a different level of starch, you know, sweet potato.
Well, yes, and also they cook quicker than these ones. These are a much quicker cooker.
Yeah,
you know,
that's why, it's different starch kind of content.
Yeah.
And it's funny because the potato, you know, this whole 5 a day, like you're meant to eat 5 a day of your vegetables, the potato is not actually included in that. And the only reason they did that was because they didn't want people eating chips and saying they'd had their 5 a day. So actually a potato does count.
There you go.
Supposedly. My mum told me that, so of course it's true.
Got water there. Give us some of that. A bit carried away.
You've got a lot of potatoes.
You just got to cover them actually, and then we cook them for 20 minutes, boil it.
Yeah, I'll
that's
put full boil.
So yeah, we use, like Stacey said, sweet potato and normal potatoes, because obviously it is lovely just with potato, but it's something about sweet potato, and they're very fashionable right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of nutrients in sweet potato as well.
So that's ready to go in when that's cooked. So we're going to let that boil.
So I'm going to set the timer for...
And let it get up to boil before we put the timer. Get it up right up.
Right, I'll have a little couple of minutes then. So the whole meal should take about 32 minutes.
So we're going to use, is that enough, Estelle?
Yep, that's enough, because we're going to mix it with the soya chunks. This is your speciality, they're doing these, isn't it?
Oh, right.
So we soak them in water.
Yeah, these are sort of,
do that. I always get used to
these
that.
are dehydrated, textured vegetable proteins. So they're like a soya-based thing, or a tempeh-based thing, or any of the things that cover vegan food and vegetarian food. So you get this stuff and it's dry. So what I do is I add flavour to it when I rehydrate it. So I'll add hot water and I'll add things like amino acids and flavours and salts and blah blah blah, just to give it a nice taste. But this is a winner. Very, very fat-free and very good for you.
We'll put those in the moon bowl. Probably boil those,
Yeah.
soak them in a bit cold.
Boiled carrot. See, this is the thing, don't say things unless we've prepped it still, because then we've got to go and do it.
Well, that is boiled already.
Yeah.
So we are prepped.
It smells like what I do with them as well. So I'll reheat them as well. When I have water to that, I'll always put some water in them just to let them soak it up a little bit, and you can add a bit of flavour to them then. You don't have to, you know what I mean? I think flavouring food... Oh, it's nice that it smells like that. They've got all the...
it's like they've got a few little herbs and spices.
Herbs and spices.
Yeah, they're good. We use them in the other recipe as well, the lentil burgers that we make.
Watch yourself.
And this is one of our favourites as well, which we'll use in cooking, liquid aminos. And liquid aminos are basically the fundamentals of life, amino acid chains. And this tastes really good. It's a bit like a soy sauce, but it's gluten-free and it's got all of those aminos that you need basically to maintain kind of good health.
You've got 13 that you need from your diet, and your body produces 13, so it's 26 amino acids.
Does the body produce all 13?
Yeah, you produce, no, it doesn't produce all. There's 20,
No.
there's something like 20 something. We need 13 from the foods that we eat.
Yeah.
So that's everything that we need from
everything
food is in that one. So
Arginine,
your body produces and creates stuff, you know, as you're eating different foods. That then it's complicated, but believe us.
You did one study though, science, food,
No, I loved
nutrition.
it. Yeah, I love all that stuff.
Because you gave up eating meat when you were
18.
18, wasn't it? Yeah.
So you have to learn, and it is one of those things. Everyone thinks vegetarians are skinny and unhealthy, and they're not getting their protein and all that. That's absolute nonsense, and they know that now. So don't listen to anyone. If you like me, you like
I'm
me.
like, you're not doing bad, considering.
That's the steroids. I'm only joking. I'm joking.
It's liquid aminos. It really is joking.
Thank you. That is a joke, by the way, everybody. That'll be it. That'll be the one that'll come out.
The other thing we use is bouillon.
Yeah. When you're using that aminos, you've got to be slightly careful with that, because this is
They're both quite salty, I guess, aren't they?
bouillon is like you know, you can make a stock out of it, gravy. You can use it as a flavour. You can use it as anything. But it's lovely. I mean, I eat that stuff.
Rock
It's
salt.
so salty.
I've added a bit of salt, so don't add more.
Yeah. No, we put. I'm going to put a little bit in there. Actually.
Just a little half spoon.
Yeah, just a little flavour, and you coat it, because when you put that in with everything, it's going to kind of make a gravy in there anyway, and all those flavours are going to mix in together. That's why you want to get it all flavoured up. Ooh. Excuse me.
And then once we've got all the ingredients, we'll actually put them together in a
Blitzer.
in a
We're gonna blitz all this, yeah.
And then we'll have a kind of gravy sauce.
So you get all different. You get in different textures, different flavours, in a really sort of hearty meal. This is a warmer when you're starving, or a Sunday recovery meal. It's one of those. You know what I mean? We love it. Yeah. So that's done. That's going to sit for a little while. Let that soak up the water. We're waiting for these things to boil. So I reckon we're not going.
They've got about another 3 minutes before they go in. Chopping up the sweet potatoes a little bit smaller.
Yeah, you're cramming them in there, babe.
Yeah? Why do you reckon that's enough?
Yeah. Just let the thing boil.
So we've got the sweet potatoes in now. 23 minutes, they'll generally cook. So get some olive oil now in the...
Were you wanting to put them in like that, or were you wanting to?
No, you normally put them in the
Yeah.
blitzer, don't you?
Yeah.
Nice bit of Spanish extra virgin.
Excuse me.
The linful.
The
Spinner.
that looks absolutely disgusting. When I'm cooking normally, I've got my headphones on and I'm listening to tunes. I'm dancing around in here when I'm cooking normally. It's embarrassing, you know, I suppose, to the rest of us. That's normal.
the onions going now. Heated up the olive oil for a few minutes, about medium heat. And I'll kind of put the leeks in. They're kind of a little bit mixed up there. Leeks will go in next with the carrot. Back to the dishwasher. We tend to cook like this, don't we though? You do a bit, I do a bit. Often I'll cook a whole meal and then go, can you come and serve it?
No, I think you're living in a different world actually.
He does do a lot of cooking.
I do the cooking. I like the way you like to say, this is the way we do the cooking. I'm not having that. Absolutely not.
This is my recipe though.
Yeah, from a long time ago.
I cooked for about 15 years and then I just gone on strike. So. It's your turn. Equal opportunities. You've got 15 years of cooking now to catch up.
Yeah. Right.
Get those onions going. You cook a bit of garlic in.
I like to flavour my stuff, yeah.
Yeah. Like the leeks to be quite soft. Nice, that looks good. Good value as well, isn't it? That one where because it fluffs up so much.
Yeah, it's just a good. It's a great alternative, and I think, like I said, with a lot of this stuff, it doesn't taste nice when you get it. You got to flavour it. That's the thing about vegetarian cooking is you still got to learn what flavours work well together, and actually you learn that food is just a carrier of flavour. So if you like certain flavours or spices or whatever it is that you do, like you make marinades. I always used to make up these things with, you know, nice oil, nice flavours that you like, and put them in your fridge. So whenever you're cooking with anything, you put your stir fry in, add that sauce, and away you go. You know what I mean? You cook the rice. You know, as long as you get them staples like a good starch, a good protein, and your veg. Get your salts, get your fats. Don't listen to all these people telling you about, you know, the word diet is such a misunderstood word. You know, everyone thinks that diet means to starve yourself, that you need to go on some sort of diet that makes you look less fat or less, but actually the word diet means what you ingest, how you eat. You know what I mean? If you're burning calories at a certain rate and, you know, you've got a high intense life, then you need to eat more calories and you need to eat more food. Otherwise you burn out. And this is, even with a veggie, you know, when you're cooking it, I always cook veg very high heat, because you want to keep in, you want it crunchy but cooked. You know what I mean? Everyone does this thing where they overcook their veg. Veg is about, when you chop it up, things like carrots, broccoli, hardcores, cook them first for a couple of minutes, 3 minutes with your onions, and then add the other ones like your courgettes, your peppers, anything a bit more dense, and then the lightest things at the end. The things that are like light, you put them in because it takes less time to cook. Yeah, it just takes less time to cook. But you can add things to this like white wine. I always, when I'm cooking, I like to use Prosecco.
Flat Prosecco.
No, but that's perfect.
Yeah. Especially for like this office.
This is what I'm saying. Well, for anything, you know, when you're making stuff, I like things like wine and thyme.
Wine and thyme.
Yeah, wine and thyme. So you add a little bit, especially when you're cooking hot, because what you get is that burns off. So all the alcohol burns off. A bit of thyme.
Yeah, from when you were doing the NHS food. Yeah. You made some meat.
We made meat dishes, yeah. So you get salt in your stuff.
Yes, chef.
Yeah, exactly. Just get on the cooking. That's what we're supposed to be doing. You're not standing here doing nothing.
Tell me about. No.
Now what we're going to do is we're going to add lentili.
Turn those potatoes down.
No, leave the potatoes right up.
Yeah, but they're really over.
Yeah, it's fine. They need to cook still. That's the whole point of putting them on a boil. You were right. You were right. That's like fucking lava. There we go.
Quickly solved. Yeah,
Solved.
I can hear it.
Well, that's a lot to do. That's a lot to do with the way you filled it. You know, when you're boiling, you don't fill them
Don't
right.
need quite that much
Yeah.
water.
There you go. Problem solved. And we're back. So really, this is a quick thing. So you don't want to be doing like I said with the veg. Once that's cooked, only reheating those. We're only reheating the
And I'm gonna. Should I turn the oven on now?
Yeah, get the oven on. That should have been on.
Yeah, because it'll all get heated up as well in the oven. We've got another gravy. More gravy.
Right.
So you are the master of the gravy.
Yeah. I think that's the French roots. The more I think about as much as I just, not just, I'm not going to say that, but the more that I think,
Discover that you are
sauce, you know, the saucier, the French, that's what they were, they're gastronomes, they are, as much as I like to argue, you know, they like to
Normally, if we have gravy on its own, you'd add like
no, but I love a sauce.
some onion and some
I like to
garlic
make little,
and-
they used to call them saucier, you know, it was the person that made these, so every dish has a traditional sauce, you know, and its food is quite basic, a bread sauce, you know, like flour and milk and some salt, pepper. You eat it, people go, it's bread sauce, it's nothing, you know, but actually you add cheese to it, it becomes this. You add this herb to it, and the French have got different names for different regions, and the Italians are the same, you know, in every region you go to, there's this pasta and this sauce, this pasta, this sauce. And that's it, and that's the way they are. And it is, and you go to Italy and you don't argue with them because they know what they're talking about. They've got the best, you know, it comes from the land as well. They've got fantastic tomatoes and fantastic everything, but they know how to
that was
cut.
made from Marie Antoinette's dress. Subject of bread.
So you haven't had,
I've only had a couple of sips.
you ain't even had one, you've only sniffed it. Right, so we're just adding to the gravy some red wine, some whole grain mustard, any of those, like the poupon or any of those. A little bit of honey, just sweet, sour, salt. It's all the flavours.
That's the boiling. Nice.
Salt, actually.
Why don't you use bouillon or me now?
Yeah, give us the bouillon actually. So yeah, that's the alternative. So you know, bouillon is like the powder I said. You can use it for gravies and everything, and you can use it for flavour like salt because it's got. You only want to do about a teaspoon or so in there because it's really strong. But
And we've got the oven warming up now as well at about 180 because when it's all done and we've made the mash, it will go into the oven just for about 20 minutes, just enough to give it a little crisp topping. So we'll have some cheese to go on that as well. I'll get that ready. What cheese do you think it's got? Cheddar or the Parmesan crisping on top?
Put the cheddar in the potato and then the Parmesan on the top.
How about cheddar and potato?
Yeah, when you mix it, you like. It's personal preference, naturally.
What's he saying?
So, no, you do what you want.
Yeah, I'm going to put a crispy layer on top.
Actually, we'll use the Magic Mix.
So we've been cooking a lot more, haven't we, Scott? In lockdown, I guess.
Well, yeah, because you have to take care of yourself. All this fast food, fast living, everybody does it, don't they? It's nice. We're lucky because we've always been pretty good with eating at home, haven't we? We've always
cooked meals from scratch, pretty much.
And that's what one of these. I mean, this is one of those meals from when we met, type thing.
Yeah. Yeah, we've definitely got a rotation of dishes.
Yeah.
Even though you did win the roast potato competition.
But
yeah, it's been crazy time, hasn't it? Just being at home and.
It's been crazy for everyone, isn't it? It's been a crazy time across the world. It's just been an unimaginable one of these things. It just seems that you could never imagine what we just had to go through as a world together. And everyone's in shock. Everyone is, they're unaware really of what it is we've gone through, and not seeing their friends and family, and not being able to do the things that they used to do. But it seems like this that make you, in amongst all the negative, you've got to look at the positive, and you've got to take, you're in control of your own thoughts and your own manner, and you have to spend your life treating people as you want to be treated yourself. I've always said it, you know what I mean? Now we have to even look at it and realise even more so, it's more important that we all think about what's important and think about other people and get on with it, you know what I mean? Rather than it's all doom and gloom now. I want people to start getting back into life and, realising what's important and focusing on that. Maybe we were all a little bit too spoiled beforehand and all took everything for granted, you know what I mean? Something like this makes you look at things and realise how lucky you are, and you have to sort of rethink and restart. It ain't a bad thing, it's a very positive thing, it's a very good thing to do, And if you're thinking about others, it's even better, because then it's, you're helping. We got to do what we can. That's why, the National Health and what they did over that period of time, if it isn't a mirror up to who the real people of, the real people that are the real angels of this world, that take care of our loved ones and, nurse them back to health, and they have to go through all this trauma themselves, which is incredible. Seeing so much suffering and seeing so much loss and having to deal with that. No human can withstand that sort of stuff, and that's stuff that we all know about as a family because we talk about it all the time. We always say, it's important to have empathy and understanding, and that's why I did the cooking for them, because I was thinking, they're working so hard to take care of us. We need to take care of them, So that was the beginning. There were some fantastic people doing some fantastic. What do you call it? Not an incentive. They set up what's the word for it? It was basically a couple of people that had family members that were in the health service, and they were seeing what was going on with the people that were working there, that they weren't eating, and they were like working 14-hour days. And then they were leaving, and it was like there was no food for them because everyone was taking the food because they were panicking. So yeah, these people set up this incentive, and we all started cooking. So 2,100 meals a day for these different hospitals and all the people that were there. And it was brilliant. It felt great doing that. Actually, it feels so much better. That's what I say to it. It feels so much better when you do stuff for people and they appreciate it. It's a lovely feeling. That's life. You know what I mean? And we got a lot of that, didn't we?
Yeah, you genuinely were cooking for like 5 days on the trot out of the week for a continued amount of time.
It's nothing.
Oh no, it was amazing though. It was you gave your time.
Considering what they're doing.
No, I know. God.
They're at it non-stop, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day at the moment. And that's what all these people that say, it doesn't, it's not that. You go, look, just go and have a look at the hospitals and ask the doctors and the nurses if it's true, and if what they're experiencing is a lie or not. And yeah, I'm sure they'd tell you the truth pretty clearly.
I mean, I can't believe people haven't talked more about nutrition, because obviously with COVID, if your immune system's low, you're more likely to get sick, and nutrition is so important, isn't it, for keeping a healthy immune system, getting all the right nutrients, so you're properly able to fight something.
Yeah, well, food, water and sleep. It's a simple thing.
Food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food.
You eat
I think that's why one of the things I always used to say to Zach when he was growing up, our son, was about eating a rainbow, and kind of each different coloured vegetable has.
Ask him about it now, it'd be like that.
I used to tell him spinach was green cheese. Remember that?
Yeah. No, it's a food. I love cooking. I mean, cooking for me is.
I think you find it quite relaxing and therapeutic in a way.
Yeah, it's cathartic. I love it. I love food. Some people just eat out of necessity, don't they? They just have to eat because they have to live. If they don't eat, they pass out. So they just go and eat whatever they can get hold of, and it's it's not a really enjoyable process. I never understood that. I was always like, luckily, my mum used to cook home meals with very little, and make them taste really nice. She was a good cook, so that was the beginning for me. I think this is done actually, so we're going to cook that anymore.
Yep, I'm going to mash the potatoes.
So yeah, that's our filling. That's all that work looks like that. Doesn't look very nice, does it? It tastes amazing. That's what matters actually. That's all that matters. Yeah, smells lovely.
So I'm just checking the...
That's done, that's all done. I'll do that still.
Yeah, you're going to be cheese masher?
Yeah, don't start making it with your mash.
I do mash. So I think for us, even kind of at Easter, when people are having lamb or something, we would have a meal like this, wouldn't we? Something quite hearty, either a roast or something like this, where you've got a nice ratio of carbs. We love our carbs.
We're a carby family.
Yeah, for those long dog walks on Primrose Hill.
We love a carb.
We love a carb. We love a nice...
We love food in general.
And we love a nice dog walk.
But it's one of our staple meals, isn't it? So from when we met, we created a little menu of our time together, and we've sort of been recreating the same steps, haven't we? And since we lived in Primrose Hill pretty much, which is 20 plus years, 21 years.
You lived here longer.
I lived here before, but together, me and you, 21 plus years.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've been part of the community, unfortunately, for quite some time.
And there is a real community, it's a real village, isn't it, where we live?
Yeah, it's a great eclectic mix of people.
Yeah.
That's what's beautiful about Primrose Hill. Well, it isn't just. I mean, obviously we've got the parks, and we're lucky with the central nature of the place, but yeah, the combination of all of that stuff is we loved it here, didn't we? We didn't want to be anywhere else.
No. We literally have not moved.
We haven't moved.
We've moved a few streets.
Just about a triangle of
We've
about
moved
a mile.
about 3 streets. In a triangle of 3 streets. And there is a great community here. I mean, it's, you do actually go to the community centre, don't you, in Primrose Hill?
Well, I don't. You do.
You do. You chop that.
No, I can't lie. Don't start saying we're part of the community.
We are.
We're part of the community as in we live here, but we don't start going out and doing community things and stuff.
This
I've never
is a
seen you
community
going around knocking on doors talking about community.
I go and DJ at the community village.
Oh, you
disco.
did do the community video. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So I always DJ for the Primrose Hill Community Disco, fundraising for the community centre and the library.
So this is probably going all over your sound. I'm like,
That's great.
yeah, just cut, yeah.
So get rid of those onions. You can add some black pepper to that.
I will do, Estelle. You keep talking.
Yeah.
You look pretty and let me do the cooking, thanks.
Well, that's the easy job. I'll do that then.
Yeah, exactly. You're naturally good at that.
I'm getting quite hungry though, just smelling it. It smells
it
really
is good.
nice.
It does. This is going to be a winner, actually.
Yeah, nice and buttery.
We've really focused on this one, so I reckon it's going to taste even better. Well, there's a couple of new little bits in there.
Yeah, I think
that is interesting.
Yeah, you've added your special gravy to the recipe.
And it's going to be really interesting.
Yeah.
See. Yeah. yeah.
But yeah, no, we have been part of the community. I mean, God, Zach used to go to the library all the time.
No, he's a Primrose Hillite, or whatever
Completely,
you call him. Primrose Hillian. Zach has been born and bred here. He's a little sport brat. He doesn't know how good he's got it. You know what I mean? It's just natural to him. It's such a lucky place to be brought up and to live. If I was a kid and I was brought up, you know.
But it is a village, isn't it? Even though
It's
we're
our
really in the
little,
centre of London.
wherever I am in the world or wherever we are, when we come home, we always come into the same little road. And when we come in, we're always like, you know, like from Camden, when we come up the back, we always get to the bottom of the hill and we're like,
Yeah, you see
it's
that.
home, it is our own, you know, and we are a big part of it in the sense of, you know, we've been here a long time.
We have, and there's our dog, Chewy. You can smell something nice cooking.
You hungry? You probably want some chicken. Speaking of vegetarian.
Yeah. meat free Monday except for the dog.
Yeah, he's like that. Vegetarians, you having a laugh? Not with me, thanks. Right, so now we're going to do the sticking in the vessel.
In the pot that we've had for about 21 years.
Yeah, we use the same pot. There's no glamour here, everyone. This is older than our son.
That's so true.
No, but it is. It's older than our son.
That is actually true.
Come on.
That is literally true.
Yeah, it probably is now toxic. It's that old.
We bought that from the little shop in Primrose Hill.
You probably shouldn't eat things out of it anymore. No, it's brilliant. Listen, so that's all part of it, isn't it? It's the old pan, the famous pan.
Well, they don't wash their pans. They're the French chefs.
Well, that's the coating of the flavours.
They actually leave.
They
just
oil them.
literally oil. Yeah, and they don't want to keep the flavour kind of intact in the pan.
Yeah. You want to wash your pans though, everybody. You don't want to
Look,
take that
we
as a
do.
note not
We
to wash
don't
your pans.
follow. Oh, I still think that looks a little lumpy to me. Might have to taste. No, good.
Yeah.
Not lumpy.
You don't want to pomme de terre though. You don't want it like.
What do you mean? That's super.
Yeah, because then it just
smooth.
doesn't air and you don't get any. You want it like that. That's how you want it.
Okay, so we always just layer the sweet potato and buttery mash. Did you add the black pepper, which I mentioned?
I'm gonna put it on the top.
You can put some on the top.
Just getting cocky now. So.
We just layer it on top of the shepherd's pie.
Well, you just get it on, and then you can make some order. You get it on, but you want to leave a little bit of air because you want those gravy bits to pop up.
Yeah, and then it's going to go in the oven just for about 20 minutes with some cheese on the top, just to warm it through thoroughly, so it's really piping hot dish. So it's funny, we actually have like a summer menu and a winter menu, so we'll probably be switching to our summer menu soon, won't we? Kind of more Mexican-y tacos, that kind of thing.
And chopped salads and stuff like that.
Yeah. This is more a hearty.
No, but we will have a hearty
winter
meal
dish.
even in the
You
summer.
never know with Easter though, do you? Whether it's
we'll
going to
have
be
a hearty-
like
hearty meals are
hot
good. If
or
you're hungry-
last year we had a really hot Easter, so you'd have wanted some.
If you're hungry, a hearty meal is good whenever.
Yeah. But you eat a lot. I mean, you and Zach, you eat. I mean, I eat a lot. Actually, I eat about the same.
Yeah, you eat more than the pair of us, Estelle. Don't give it. You've always been. And Estelle used to swallow her food. We had to say, chew, chew. It's like that. Drinks it. She thinks it's a milkshake.
I like my food.
See, that is what I'm talking about. That is heavy, man. It's gonna like round the edges. Round the edges, it's gonna like boil up, and you'll get a nice.
Yeah, you get the gravy
Bubbling
kind of
gravy.
like wraps around the edges, and a nice kind of gloopy gravy.
We haven't
man.
wasted anything there.
Everything is in
little
there.
bit. Yeah,
Everything's in the pan.
So then, what we're gonna do
is the lovely grated cheese from Munex. Whoa, that looks good. Bit of parmesan on top. We're going to try a whole other new little addition.
Parmesan's
that's
good.
like seriously. We don't normally make it quite that
No,
big.
this is a good one.
You got carried away.
No, that's all going to go nice and crispy in the oven. Don't you worry about that. I'll put the parmesan on. I'll let that cook, and then I'm gonna. So what temperature?
Take it out. I've got it
Out
on
of the
about
way,
180. Oh, chewy dog.
Out of the way. Get.
The dog always thinks he might find a few scraps at this stage.
Voila.
Voila.
Little like a.
You do a few weights while you're there.
It's a good £10, maybe 12.
No, it's not.
Have a little feel of that.
I'll put it down, let me take it out.
A solid mass.
That's probably about £3.
So you really
That's not £10. Come on, a newborn baby's like
£10.
Well, I'll
Newborn baby.
Is that ready?
Yeah, I'm just going to pull it out because it's a messy thing.
It's like a volcanic lava. What is the difference between cottage pie and shepherd's
One's
pie?
lamb and one's beef.
So this is neither.
It's just a cottage pie. It's obviously the cottages and the shepherd is a shepherd of lamb.
Oh, shepherd, yeah, of course. Yeah. Going back to Easter again, isn't it? That whole shepherd.
Poor little lambs. They're so lovely. How can anyone, you know what I mean? I know how people are going to go, you sap, but come on.
They are so cute. Yeah.
Imagine if I was to drop that right now. That's what you want served in an ale house.
So there it is, our sweet potato, lentil and soya pie, I guess.
We call that an Easter warmer. Happy Easter, everybody, from Primrose Hill. Socially distanced. Yeah, looks good, doesn't it? Good enough to eat. It's good to let it stand for a little bit, always. You can only have something out of the oven, because when it's hot, it becomes liquid. As soon as it goes cooler, it starts to coagulate, so it becomes thicker. And also, it's like easy to cut it. When people cut them, they leave them, they make it and then let it go cold. So
I
then
have to
they
use a
cut it.
knife to cut it.
Yeah, but when
Cut
it's hot,
through
that'll
the-
just be like mush. What I'm saying is when you leave it out and you let it cool down for a bit, we like our food like lava does, don't we?
Yeah.
I don't want like a sort of warm food. You ready?
Cool. Hold on, guys.
Lovely. Yes.
Smells so good. Steaming hot.
Do you want a spoon or do you want a fork?
Fork. Use the fork.
It's going to be hot. Yeah, lovely.
Hearty.
Well done.
Yeah.
Put it on the table.